The new iOS 26.6 is finally here, and this is the last big update to iOS 26 before we move on to the new iOS 27. Now, even though it doesn't bring a lot of new features and changes, it is still a really important update as it will prepare your device for the new iOS 27 coming out really soon. Now, in this video, I will show you guys 10 settings that you must change on your iOS 26.6 device. As I said, even though there are not a lot of new features and changes, there are things that you need to adjust on your device. Now, before we get into all that, I just want to ask you guys for a really quick favor. Most of you guys that watch my videos are currently not subscribed to the channel, so if you enjoy the videos and you want to see more of them, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel a lot. Now, we're starting things off with Siri. Now, one of the best reasons or the most important reason to install iOS 26.6 on your device is that it will prepare your device for iOS 27. Basically, a process called indexing, which happens when you install iOS 27 on your device. It basically will just like fix search and Siri for your device, so it's basically ready to be used when you install iOS 27. If you have iOS 27, it will make that process, of course, once you install it, and it will last quite a few days. But if you install iOS 26.6, then that process will happen on your device while on iOS 26.6, so when you update to iOS 27, it's ready to go. Now, what I suggest you do here is go under Siri on iOS 26.6 and then go to App Access, and you can see right here a list of all of your apps, and you can see on which apps Siri has access. So right here, learn from this app. If you have any app here disabled, then this won't be included in the indexing. So if you want to have these apps basically ready to use when you install iOS 27, make sure to turn them on right here. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, iOS 27 is coming out really soon, and it should happen sometime towards the middle of September. In my opinion, it will be September 14th. Now, what I suggest you do is to head on to the general settings and then go to software update, and right here make sure you have automatic updates enabled, because during this time, it's almost 2 months from now, you will probably get minor updates on your device like 26.6.1 or even 26.6.2. So make sure you install those updates. Those are, of course, important as well. The next thing that also has to do with updates, you head on under privacy and security, scroll all the way down here until you find right here a feature called background security improvements. Now, these are also updates that come to your device, even though they are not like the usual iOS updates. They will just install security fixes in the background for your device. Again, make sure you have this enabled as well, so you get all the latest security improvements for your iPhone. Now, with the release of a new update like iOS 26.6, there will be a ton of updates for apps as well. Usually, the biggest apps will release updates so they are better compatible with the new update released by Apple. Now, what I suggest you do is, of course, update those apps and have their latest version. To do that, you don't have to bother with checking for updates. You simply head on to the app section right here. You head on to the App Store here, and under automatic downloads, just make sure that you have app updates enabled. Once you have that enabled, all of your apps will be automatically updated to their latest version. Next up, we're moving under the accessibility settings right here. Go here and then go to display and text size, and you will find here a newer setting added lately by Apple called reduce bright effects. Now, this will actually minimize the highlights and the bright effects that you get on your device from the liquid glass effects, and of course it should save you a ton of battery, especially if you have an older device. It will reduce the battery consumption, but also probably have your device work a bit faster as well. Next up, we're moving to the battery settings. We have a couple of really important settings right here. First of all, go to battery and go to charging. What I suggest you do right here is, of course, you should use any of the optimized battery charging or the charge limit, whichever one you prefer. If you use the charge limit, set it at around 90%. That's basically the sweet spot for that, in my opinion, to get the most battery, but also don't fully charge your battery. But what I'm talking about here is the clean energy charging. If you have this enabled, it will just slow down the charging process of your iPhone. Now, what this feature will do is that it will basically, on your region, your iPhone will try to reduce your carbon footprint by just selecting to charge your iPhone when like lower carbon emissions are available. Then of course it will charge your iPhone, and it might interrupt when they're not. So just turning this off, your iPhone will charge way faster. Next up, we're moving under the power mode right here. Now, adaptive power is also another really great feature of the iPhone. You enable it right here, and I suggest that you also enable here adaptive power notifications. So when this feature turns on, which it does automatically, it will show you a notification letting you know that your iPhone is being used on the adaptive power mode. Now, what it does, it will basically try to extend the battery life by actually making performance adjustments such as lowering the display brightness, things like that, when the battery is used a lot. So it will basically adjust the performance and the brightness and all that stuff of your iPhone based on the usage of your battery, that way extending the battery life of your iPhone. Next up, we're moving under the privacy settings, privacy and security. I suggest that you go ahead and take a look at this section here completely. From the location services to tracking, and of course all the different things like your microphone, your camera, your Bluetooth, all that. Make sure you go ahead and check the apps that you have on these lists right here, and turn off the apps you don't have access to these privacy settings, especially to the tracking here. Now, you know, when you install an app, you get those pop-ups asking you to allow tracking. A lot of times we might actually allow it by mistake. Make sure that you come here and just turn off any app that you don't want to have on this list. And if you want to save a ton of battery on your iPhone, here's what I suggest you do. You head on to the general settings, and then right here we'll have app background app refresh. You will have a list of the apps here. Go ahead and choose here most of the apps. For most of them, background app refresh should be turned off, especially for the apps that you don't actually use a lot, or you don't actually need to be refreshing on the background. This will save you a ton of battery, so make sure you completely turn off here as many apps as you can simply by switching them off from here. And last but not least, I will show you guys another simple setting right here that will actually save you a ton of battery. How many times you have accidentally opened the camera app on your lock screen? We have the button here, but we also have the swipe from the right to the left to enable the camera. So go ahead and actually disable that, and you will be able to do that directly from here. Lock screen swipe to open camera. You can just go ahead and disable it here on the camera settings, and you no longer will accidentally open the camera of your iPhone. So that's basically it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe for more iOS 26.6 videos, and I'll see you on the next one.